the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Lose control. Music make you lose control.
TGIM turn up.
Okay.
Whose
idea was this?
Keith.
Okay. I'm giving you. I gotta give you an applaud on that one.
Thank
Okay.
you. I thought it was
back.
You know, I just felt it was fitting that we lose a little bit of control this week. So I wanted to give you guys that. What's up, AfterBuzzers? And welcome to TGIM. I am Keith Andre. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Keith_Andre. El Marie is not in the house tonight, but you can always send her lots of light and love on Instagram and Twitter.
And Twitter, yes.
El Marie TV.
Correct.
But guess what? The gang's all here.
Yes, we are. And you can also send me love on Instagram and Twitter at Tori_Broussard. And Lynneisha.
Yeah, you can
Where can they
always
send you
see
love
me
letters?
throwing back. I'm Lanisha, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lanisha, spelled Lanisha 914.
You heard me. That's it.
She's all the director.
I know, because I was like, it's not going to be me. It's still going to be me.
Every time.
Well,
Let's get into the wine because we got a lot to go through tonight.
we do. So Keith brought the wine tonight. Keith brought the song. He's our lead host tonight, and he brought the wine. Look at you.
bringing it.
I'm just trying to be great here.
I'm so proud of you. It is a product of Italy. It has very deep fruit, red fruits, I should say. And it supposedly is a dry, rich taste.
Okay.
So let's cheers
we know you
and
love
take it
it.
out.
Cheers.
Yes, TGIM.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That is a good wine.
Ooh, that's
Look,
definitely dry.
Lanisha's like, it's too dry. Tori's like, that's what I've been waiting
This is the
for.
type of wine for me where you need some water and some sugar.
Absolutely not, Lynneisha.
It's good though. You can taste the
I love
hints in
sugar.
it. Don't you taste the fruit?
The deep red,
I
it's like
also
a-
taste some dryness. I need some water.
You know
Oh
what?
my gosh. Okay.
Well, sip slow.
Thank you.
No
Please.
rush here.
Please slip slow.
Okay. And we can go ahead and get into some Shonda news.
Ooh.
Yes.
She's always talking.
Oh, we had a bit of a remix.
Yeah,
over
I know.
there.
I was like,
That was
hey,
kind of cool.
Look, a
though.
couple of
I
songs
could
in there.
dig
All
it,
right.
right?
I like it.
All right, well, getting right
Okay.
into the news. So in our first story, I don't know if you guys saw, there was a article on Vulture.com. Josh Malina from Scandal got into a exchange. What happened was somebody got his number and they started to text him. They got like broken up with the girlfriend and they're both big fans. So they're like, hey, can you help out? And Josh was like, it's a no.
It was not happening.
But what I found, what was really interesting was that he said that he has had many offers like this before.
Oh, yeah.
And so my
Yeah.
question to you, Josh, is
Why did you not change
who all has your phone number?
Yeah.
And why are they asking you
How do you
this?
not have control over that? I think it's a good time to change your number. I thought it was
Yes.
nice
Yes.
of him because the guy sent the first text and then he responded like, oh, it's a no. And then he texts again and he's like, okay, I'm breaking up with you.
Which made me think of, he said those exact words, obviously not in not Erin. Was it to shoot? Her name is escaping my redhead. I think there was like an episode, I believe, where he was like, "What was the tweet said?" Or it's like the text said is like, "It's a no. I'm breaking up with you," or something like that. In my mind, immediately went there and I laughed.
Thought back to Scandal.
Yes,
yeah.
it was so funny. But
Abby, David
Abby,
Rosen and
thank
Abby.
you. Yes,
there
Abby.
we go.
It's Monday, guys. Bear with me.
Okay, it's Monday sets the tone. And we said it
does.
every week.
I'm drunk to that.
Yeah. But I thought that was really cute, you know, to be so famous. He still is like, has a good sense of humor, personality, handling it well. Like you said, I don't know where the disconnect is with who's like getting your number. Like you're on Scandal.
And then he asked, he was like, how did you
How'd
get
you
my
get-
number? And he was like, well, I've gotten really good at finding things on the internet.
That's creepy.
And I was
to
like,
me.
That's a little scary for sure.
I thought it was kind of funny seeing like the comments under his tweets with all of his other friends. They were like joking about it, like,
Oh my gosh.
Josh told me not to give you his number. He made specifically sure not to give you it, Paul. Like, they were like literally talking to each other.
Exactly, and you still get the number.
But that has to be like some intense search, because the only way I know of finding somebody's phone number, and it's only because it's been done to me, somebody has texted me like, oh, I got your number from Facebook. I was like, my number's on Facebook?
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay.
You're making me really want to
You can like
check.
go into your settings and like check or
change
uncheck if you want your number on there.
Exactly, because you know a lot of the social media apps are now like doing that increased security where you add your phone number. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm declining that. You can send a courtesy email, like anything else, and we'll
Right.
go with that.
Exactly.
But he did say, you know, he and his girlfriend was like super fans of Joshua Malina. I thought that was so cute. And have you guys ever seen The West Wing?
I've seen like a few episodes. No,
Listen.
I haven't.
Once Scandal ends, you should check it
I need
out.
to watch
like,
it. Okay.
I binge watched it maybe like last year or so. I can't remember, but it's such a good show.
But you can't remember?
Maybe last year, maybe the year before last. Tori, I don't know which year it was. Is that okay?
He said a lot of that wine, girl.
No, but it's a really, really good show.
Okay.
Like, I love it. I probably would watch it again, but it's going to be time consuming.
Okay,
Check
I
it
will
out.
take your word for
It
that.
did really well.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Well, y'all hear that?
Give me some water.
Try it out. Some water or some wine.
I already warned y'all about that one.
That's okay. Enjoy the wine.
Because it's like a little cool outside and it was raining.
Just getting acclimated. That's fine.
I don't
Well,
know.
you know, TGIT, we see all of our women with a glass of red wine. So I did want to have a red tonight. And we'll go ahead and get into our next story. Ellen Pompeo.
Who
Yes.
I love.
Yes, from Grey's Anatomy, Miss Meredith herself was on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah. She has the cutest smile and the cutest
She
laugh.
does. I thought she looked so cute up there, too.
She
I thought she
did.
looked so nice. She's still making her rounds, still talking about the $20 million payday.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
a tad bit, and I think we have like a little clip of it. Just a few moments.
Month you made a huge stir with this interview, How I Became TV's $20 Million Woman. I mean, this was like a big deal. I read this immediately upon seeing it, and I think everybody was talking about this because it's rare that an actor will discuss their salary.
For sure. And, you know, there's a couple of things. I mean, I'm really grateful for it, first of all, for a couple of reasons. I'll say that, you know, I have quite a big mouth. And I'm honest to a fault, which in print can get you in trouble sometimes.
Right.
You know, when things are sort of printed, it's not in the same text, the same way you said it.
So
I've
I
gotten
love
myself in
Ellen
trouble
Pompeo.
in the past, things
So I was
said.
very
So
excited
I'm
to hear her
grateful
obviously
that it
talk
was taken
about
in the
her
right way.
$20 million
I was.
contract, or however you want to put it. But what I loved about her interview is that she kind of stood up for women in a different way, and she said it's really easy to point the finger. You know, like, oh, you don't treat us fairly, or oh, you know, you didn't give me this, or you didn't ask me this. But then she turned the finger right back at herself or ourselves and said,
Yes.
well, did you ask? Like, which is so true. Like, if you're not doing your part, how can you point the finger at somebody else? My mom used to always tell me, you need to make sure all of your bases are covered
Okay.
Yes.
before you go and try to make your proposal or whatever it is, state your case. And I can't say, I mean, I don't really know, but I don't know if everybody, will say the women in TV or whatever, even just in the world today, are doing that.
I think a lot of times they're not. I think that's a great point, because one of the reasons that I appreciated her still like making her rounds, because first I'm like, oh, we're still talking about this, you know, it's already been in the news, but I did appreciate her knowing that sometimes things do get lost in translation, and then taking that ownership piece, because it is easy to place blame, even if it is the case, but out of this situation I can decide not to be a victim, and I can determine what I can get. And I think that's a valiant lesson for men, women, whoever, especially people of color or disadvantaged, because you go in feeling smaller. And I think she relays that message that as a woman, a lot of times you go in feeling smaller in comparison to men. So why not be bold and ask for what you want
and
see if you can
actually
get it.
ask.
Exactly.
And I like that she said that they were actually cool about it. They didn't mind. They treated her like anybody else. You need a raise? Here's the reason why I need a raise, from point A to point Z.
Yeah.
I would need it for a lot of reasons. And they were like, you know what? You're right. Here you go.
Exactly. I mean, after she laid it out, what can you say to that? You really have
Right.
no choice. If we want this to keep going, y'all have to pay
Well, she
me.
stated, so she said that she first went in and asked for a $5,000 raise more than Derek. And they told her no, and somebody was like, well, why not leave the show? And she's like, it's my show.
It
I'm
Right.
Meredith
really
Grey.
is.
And I was like, yes, you are.
That's not an
You don't
option.
leave that show. You go right back in and you renegotiate.
Right.
And go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. But, and what I was about to say was she was also talking about how Shonda was about to go over to Netflix, so she had even more responsibility to the show.
Exactly.
Yeah, so with that being said, you're now taking over Shonda's kind of position of the producing side, so now you need to be paid even more.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
knew what to do to get the outcome she wanted, and I think it sets a great precedent for people in media, people in Hollywood, how we go into these rooms and try to take ownership of yourself so that you can try to get the result that you want. But I do like that she had everything in her get bag. I did this, I do this, I do this,
Right.
and I do
Okay.
this. So,
Right. And
what's
at the
next?
end of the day,
So,
the
pay me my money.
worst answer you're going to get is a no.
Right.
It's like that's the worst thing that can happen to you. So it's not like she had anything to lose by standing up for herself.
Right.
So shout out to Ellen Pompeo.
Yeah,
And
she
let's
did
be
it.
honest, she really is the show. You
She
lose
is
her.
She is the show.
Listen,
You really lose.
She is the show.
at
Grey's
this point, I'm
Anatomy,
so
Meredith
mad.
Grey.
Okay.
Like,
I'm not mad, but I do wish, like I've been saying these past couple of weeks, that I would have stuck it out to, be more in the loop with Grey's Anatomy. But it's just,
well, you
at
You
this
should
point,
hop
it's
back on.
No.
I'm hopping
you
on.
absolutely.
You
still
know what
can.
though? It's too much work to try to go back and find my place and then like go from there and then.
That's
no.
why you start over.
I don't have time to start over. I'm moving forward, and all of my energy right now is focused on March the 1st.
Oh,
We're getting ready for
amen.
our crossover episode. How to Get Away with Scandal.
And can we please state that it is Annalise who is seeking Olivia's
We finally got
help.
the answer.
Look.
Well, look, let's take a look at the trailer and then we'll talk about it.
It's one thing you've always wanted.
I was
There goes
so
that
shocked.
walk.
Ever thought would happen.
I really don't want to do this.
You really, really do.
Olivia,
Last week was so good.
Annalise.
Yeah.
What will happen when their
Look, there
worlds
goes our red
collide?
line.
They saying I'm a hot mess. This is my town, my game,
game,
my
my
rules.
rules. Yes!
Crossover event.
In contact with
Thursday, March 1st.
I just got a little hot watching.
When I told y'all I fell out of my seat with this,
I was, okay, so a couple things. Super duper excited. Part of me feels like, dang, I wish it was going to be a show, How to Get Away with Scandal. But we all were in a group chat last week
yo,
and trying to decide if we've seen it, if not. Lanisha.
I was the first
Hit
one
that
to
text
be
and
like,
she was like-
did y'all see it? Hurry up and see it.
And I was
Y'all
like,
didn't see it yet? Hurry up.
I was like, I haven't watched it yet. I'm trying to decide what if I'm watching Scandal first or How to Get Away with Murder. Listen, hear me when I say this. When it got to How to Get Away with Murder at the end and she walked into that classroom, I was like, Olivia was at the chalkboard. How to Get Away with, I was like, oh my God.
Yes. And they took you all the way back to episode numero uno.
Exactly. I'm super duper excited. Like everything about it is so appealing. Not to mention, of course, with the shows last week, they both put them in a place where like we're right on target and right on time to get this.
Right.
But just seeing how they're gonna have this exchange, because a couple weeks ago we were like predicting what kind of environment is going to be set. Are they button heads? Is it Olivia coming to Annalise or vice versa? So I cannot wait to see this.
I really am excited. I'm really, really excited. But I will say that I'm a little like about the fact that it's Olivia helping Annalise.
Yeah.
For a split second, I felt like I kind of, dug deep into like my Keith Andre self and was like, why can't Olivia be the one that needs help? You know what I mean? Like, I love
Right.
Olivia and she killed it in that preview, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it's like, dang. Like, are you always going to be the winner?
That's true. I mean, she's kind of in a space on Scandal where she isn't the winner. Things didn't really go the way she wanted. She did get a nice resolve out of it. And, I feel like she's coming back into herself with the decision that she made as far as stepping down. But I'm with you. I mean, it would be really interesting to see Olivia in a place of need.
Right. And just because she stepped down, my mind naturally is like, she got something else up her sleeve next week, or not next week. Oh shoot, is the crossover the first?
It's on March the 1st.
I know, but is that the first episode back since the Olympics?
I want to say yes for both of them, because they're gone until the first.
Okay, so then it's like, wow, like she steps down, and this would be what's up her sleeve. Like, she's on to her next case, like nothing ever happened.
Well, let me step into my Shonda Rhimes mind. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking what we saw was Olivia in charge. That's what we're seeing. That's the whole trick. Shonda Rhimes likes to trick us. I think in the actual episode, we're going to see Annalise give Olivia a taste of her own medicine. Like, I really am thinking, like, Annalise is going to,
I think she'll be able to do that only to a certain extent.
Right,
because watching Scandal,
her town, her game,
it is her town, and we know watching Scandal at this point, they're all about this class action suit, and Michaela stepped in and was like, oh, I know how we can get this back on the table. I know who to go to. And that's where we find she's going to seek out Olivia Pope. So we do have to keep in mind that the crossover is a two-way street. So she we need her on Scandal as well. So we've got a little room
to kind of what we said a few weeks ago about them helping each other.
Yeah.
So okay.
I kind of wanted to see them, the
versus.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like a man thing or like a human, but I kind of wanted to see them like pit one against the other.
Yeah.
I do think just like the clip, we'll get to see little pieces of their interactions where they're like snarky or like, okay, who's who? I know you Olivia Pope, but I'm Annalise Keating. What's up? Like who's gonna trump who?
Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Do you not know who I am?
We'll see.
I am so excited.
My mind is just all over the place. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to feel. I don't know what to think.
It's okay, Tori. We've got time, and we will get through this. We have a couple of weeks to garner our hearts and minds.
I'm going to need there not to be a couple of weeks. Let's speed it up.
It'll be here before you know it. Okay. It'll be here before you know it. But, all right, so enough with Shonda News. Let's get into Shonda Tweets, because that's where the magic happens, in the OMG moment.
Yes, it does.
Okay, in the OMG moments.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
And these OMG moments this week,
they were really good. I mean, I think to start off, so we saw Shonda had tweeted out a story that was on Variety that Shondaland is going to partner with Microsoft.
Yes.
So basically, Microsoft is partnering with Shondaland, and they're going to bring some exciting new series content to life online. They're going to do articles, and they did make mention that they're going to do it for Shondaland.com. For, of course, she focuses on highlighting women, inclusion, roles of technology, all that good stuff that Shonda is consistently giving us.
Women empowerment.
Yeah, so I thought it was interesting to see like that they're going to do this partnership.
Yeah, yeah. There'll also be some online videos as well, which I think will be cool. But I think it's good because I feel, especially now, women and everybody for that matter need a place where they can just come to and just talk about what's going on. Rather they know somebody who's going through it or they're going through it themselves. And I think it's great that there are these powerful women and these celebrities who will also be giving their insight and their feedback, because I know as like an everyday person we think that they don't understand us and vice versa because we live two different lives. So I think to be able to come together into one place and just share something in common with them will be nice.
Yeah, I think it's definitely on task, like I said, with what Shonda does. And I think it's going to further introduce Shondaland.com because a lot of people haven't really bought or gotten into the fact that she is doing like a website that's going to produce digital content. So I think it's a great idea for her. I don't know who sought out whom, but to partner up with Microsoft. I thought that was really, interesting to do it in a different way. And it's like, okay, now she got Microsoft, she got Netflix. Come on.
What's next?
She got everything, because I heard something was going to be on Showtimes too as well.
What? I think it's a really smart push for like the Shondaland.com. I think she wants to introduce that because you want, that to be a big part of your legacy as well, especially with content-driven focus. And I know it's a site that we start to frequent, but I think to the rest of the world, they still don't even know that Shondaland is a thing. It's her company, and they're producing.
And they talk about a variety of things. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the Shonda Rhimes, like what you see on Twitter.
Exactly.
Which I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, well, I follow her on Twitter. It's
So
the
what
same
else
thing.
is there?
Yeah, so it'll be good for people to go check it out, really get more in depth of who she is.
Exactly, and to know what she's
She also
about.
has some games on there.
See, I haven't even seen all of that.
Really? She has a couple of little fun little games there. She also even has her emojis going on. Did you guys see her emojis?
No.
She created her own emojis, you guys, with the sleeping, and she always posts it. Every TGIT was like eating popcorn. And probably people think that it's fake, but that's some real stuff. Like, you just go to Shondaland emojis.
Oh,
nice.
That's interesting. Because I noticed they started doing like different things for like different people or different like networks, like the NFL. Like if you tweet at the NFL, like their little emoji like pops up too. I thought that was like a Twitter thing.
Yeah, a lot of them are with like the Twitter hashtags. You'll see like just like
the
for
TGIT
Scandal or TGIT or This Is Us, different shows. It'll show the icon.
Right.
I didn't know that
hers
Shondaland
is a
was doing
legit
hers.
emoji. Like, you could download it on your phone.
Okay.
And she has a lot of fun ones. She had the sleeping. She's like, it's Monday. And she has her sleeping.
Definitely pushing into, you know, the world of media and like technology. So good for her.
To download that.
I know, got a little homework to do. But she also gave us, she tends to vary her tweets. So this past week she did tweet out a photo of
Sandra Bland.
Sandra Bland, thank you. It was her birthday on February the 7th. So she wanted to commemorate that and let people know that there is still a fight in this country for injustice and racism, you know, despite the good times. But we still want to make sure that we're mindful of that so we can push that narrative forward as well. I think she also had tweeted something out about Trayvon Martin. I think his birthday wasn't too long ago as well.
Every birthday, it's like she makes sure that you guys remember Black Lives Matter. Like, she makes sure, like, no, this isn't over. This wasn't just a seasonal thing. It's literally a every month, every day thing we have to remember.
Exactly.
Right. I'm glad that she's the one doing it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like people really listen to her. They care about what it is that she's speaking about, what she's tweeting. And for her to be the one, like if it were anybody else, would it have gotten this much attention?
Exactly. For sure. And I think she's also a good example, and maybe we would get this in like her master class, but I think she's a good example of like how to handle social media presence, because she does a good job of varying her media, varying her content. She gives us, you know, the social commentary. She gives her that business stuff. And then also this week we found out a story about, you know, paid leave for families.
Yeah, which is just over my head at this point.
You know what? I'm going to tell you, because I've worked in the real world as an adult, and I've often seen and heard about FMLA. And a lot of times people take advantage of it. I would see like coworkers, they on FMLA, so that means they don't have to come to work. Now, with FMLA, it stands for what?
Family medical leave. Family medical leave. I have it written down.
Family and Medical Leave Act.
Yes.
Okay, so it's 25 years old. Basically, the way I had understood it was that it meant if you have some kind of illness or if you're taking care of something, you can get approved with your job. And it basically means that I will not get paid for not being at work, but I will not be punished for not being at work. So I can't be terminated because I'm not here. I have like I don't want to say a quote unquote excuse to make light of it, but I have this situation, and when things come up, I'm excused from work.
Oh, wow. I guess I
thought it was like more so
was.
like for, like, I understand where she's pushing it for, even though that's what it means. I mean, she's pushing for the women who just had their babies, for the illness.
Well, I feel like that's why, what's it called? Maternity leave is in place. Like, a lot of people get that. I thought she was pushing so that you could get paid when you leave.
Right. So that's the difference. So with FMLA, that's 25 years old. That's something that's in place so that you can miss work and your job can't say, oh, Tori hasn't been here for 2 weeks. I don't care if she has whatever. You know, it's time to let her go because she can't.
Gotcha.
So you weren't getting paid to miss work, but you weren't being punished for it. And this, they're pushing to have a law that will have it so that folks will get paid when they have to leave work. Because a lot of times now, the way it is, you have to decide whether I'm too sick to go in or whether I'm gonna pay these bills. You know what I mean? Whether I'm gonna be there for my wife, or heaven forbid a family emergency, or I have to be at work because we have to make the money, because if I miss it, we don't get it.
Because either way, there's no winning. Because even if you come and work sick, they'll be like, oh, don't be getting everyone sick. You got to go home. Well, I don't want to go home because I got to make money.
Right. I can't. A lot of people cannot afford to miss out on working.
Right. But my question is, why is this just now? It's 2018. Like, why? First of all, why should you have to choose between a family member who died, much hypothetically speaking,
right,
and having to go to work? Like, that family member could be your mom, your sister,
absolutely,
like you know, or if some like your family member, a friend, you know, maybe they're not dead, but they're in the hospital.
Right. And
like,
you are responsible for taking care of them. Maybe you have a sick child that has a disease. And so I think it is interesting that it's taken so long. When I was reading it, I thought, you know, just back to myself and my experience of FMLA, I've always been questionable about coworkers using it and feeling like, oh my God, it's just something that people are using to take advantage of the system and to get over that whole narrative. So I did find myself needing to like check myself, because the reality of the situation, we saw, it said, right now 85% of U.S. workers, which is more than 100 million people, have jobs that do not offer paid family leave. So more than 50% do not have paid medical leave through, you know, their employer or temporary disability insurance. So it's sobering to think about, because the reality of the situation is anybody in this world is only like one issue, one page, one thing next to being in a predicament where you could lose know, your livelihood.
I also read that half the people who take care of somebody who is 65 and older usually lose money from taking care of that person, which is mind-blowing and absolutely ridiculous to me.
It's unfortunate that we live in a country where you have like that great of a decision you have to make, and it's just not, it's a dilemma, because there is no favorable outcome. You know what I mean? You're just picking between the lesser of two evils.
And it really makes me think about, like, not even just single mothers, but also the single fathers, oh my gosh, that have to work, and they can't really find a family member or a friend that can help take care of their child.
Like, and even these big moments, because men don't get the maternity leave.
I was just about
to
say that.
3 years ago, my niece was born, and you know, y'all know I was gonna be in the room and all of that. So I was telling my job, like, okay, you know, I'm going on maternity leave, like just playing with it. But it's interesting to think about, like, now my sister is pregnant. She should be giving birth like pretty soon, and she was just saying, you know, that they've got it set up where her husband, he's a teacher, where he'll be able to take off that week and be home too. So, you know,
nice.
But everybody doesn't have that. Your job cannot approve it, or maybe you went through all your vacation time and like you're missing out on these super special moments that you want to be a part of.
Right. That is crazy.
It is, but that's why, like I said, it's such a lesson to like the way we can really use social media, because this is something that I was not consciously thinking about, and she put it on the forefront for us to like really see it and to engage with it, because it does affect everybody.
And this was on Shondaland.com.
Exactly. Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
Reasons why you need to go to Shondaland.com.
You gotta tie it up. That's what you gotta do.
And more.
And then, so our final kind of tweet or story from Shondaland herself was on, or Shonda Rhimes was on Shondaland as well. As you guys know, Black Panther is opening this weekend, February the 16th. We are all super duper excited about it.
I'm ready to see it.
I am ready to see it.
Actors in there.
Oh my
Listen,
gosh.
it's going to be such a moment, like seeing their press tour, seeing them in different magazines, Entertainment Weekly. I'm just getting all this Black excellence during Black History Month.
Which is the beauty of it all.
Oh my God, doesn't that make it so perfect?
It's just beautiful chocolate.
But on Shondaland.com, they did post a story, somebody who did a review of Black Panther. Now, I started to read the story, and at the top, they told us that there were some slight spoiler alerts, and that's where I stopped.
Right.
So
you ain't spoiling nothing for me.
I will not be reading any of that content yet, because me, like, I don't feel that I know a whole lot about Black Panther, the superhero, all of that, and I just want to go into it and experience it. I haven't listened to the soundtrack. I'm not trying to find all this stuff.
Well, we technically listened to one.
We did get the one song. Shout out to El Marie. She did give us that. But I want to definitely take advantage of the experience, because it's such a big moment, and you know, they're on track to have like a biggest opening in February in history. So,
now, that's
excited.
where I want to ask you guys. Do you guys want to go to the premiere?
Listen.
I will not be at...
I do not want to go.
Really?
Wait, why?
Okay, there's the fans, and then there's the super fans. Not just the fans of the celebrities, but the super Marvel fans.
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I didn't think about that. I did not think about that.
I think we've all just been so like consumed with the fact that it's like Black Panther with a bunch of black people, and it's like, oh, this is it. But no, there's a whole world that's dedicated to comics and this type of content. I haven't decided. Have you guys decided when?
Well,
I
am going on Friday at 7:30 p.m. I will be at the Grove if you're wondering.
Just get your
You said you're going Friday when?
At 7:30.
There was no courtesy text message, y'all. In the group chat.
Where was the invite?
Okay, first of all, a friend asked me to go. She already got the tickets. I was not planning on going on Friday.
You could have been like, "Hey, a friend, I'm going to here."
That's
like,
fine. We'll take it. I might have to go Thursday night at midnight. Then
You
it's showing
might
somewhere.
have to do that. If I didn't have to work, I would have been there.
Lanisha, do you know when you're going?
I have no idea when I'm going, actually.
Well, we have to go.
I gotta round up my people.
Well, y'all need to go soon because I'm not going to be the only one on this panel who's gone and can't talk about it because y'all haven't seen it.
I plan on going this weekend. We should be able to like talk about it in our group text and then talk about it Monday.
Let me know when
Fingers
you
crossed.
go. We can probably link up.
Okay, we should be able to make that happen. All right, cool. So enough about Black Panther.
Wait, before, because I did read part of the review, but not the spoilers.
Okay.
But I just want to let you know that Karen, the girl who wrote it, did say that the lighting and all of the technical part of the movie was on point.
The spectacle
sound,
of it all.
the music. I think there was one part in there where she was like, "That's how you like the melanin." I was like, "Okay,
come on now."
Yeah. Okay.
I'm here for a shout out to her.
Yeah,
I'm
because
excited.
I can't remember what movie. I think it was The Great Showman, honestly, where she said there was one black actor. He was sitting on the couch and like he blended in with the color of the couch.
Oh,
well.
And I was like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, I'm super excited to see it, to kind of, critique it, to compare it, like to do all these things. It's going to be such a great moment.
It will be.
Okay?
I can't wait.
Okay.
All right. Well, enough about Black Panther.
Yes.
Because now it's time for the OMG. I'm always looking forward to these OMG moments each and every week because I be trying to create my own tweets.
Okay.
And they don't be coming out right. Or my language, like I had one where it was just too much like profanity and stuff. And I'm not a cursor, but sometimes you have to let out a word.
You gotta let out
for
a lot
the
of words with these shows.
I had to let one fly, but they always get us covered. So the first one, we've got Shonda Rhimes. I really appreciated her doing the poll, and she asked like a pulse check, people, how we doing so far? Are y'all still breathing? And I thought it was so funny. What is it? 43% was like, I'm barely making.
Yes. I was the 43 like.
Yes. Same. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because this week we, as badly as we don't want to break, we kind of need a little baby break from Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder.
I don't think people realize how much like Thursdays are surrounded by Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, and How to Get Away with Murder.
Is real.
It is. And you know what's really bad? When you wake up or like even in the midst, like when you're watching the show on Thursday and you think you are that person.
Right. You're in the show.
That was me and Kepner on Grey's Anatomy. I'm just saying.
You're living in the show. There were some tweets from Grey's Anatomy. We can go to the next one, I think.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah, this one. I don't watch it, so I didn't get the full context, but I was so weak. So this one says, Kepner walked in the hospital like Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my gosh.
I think I saw a little preview snippet of it where she was wearing the shades.
She was wearing the shades because she was hungover. She had just had a little, a little one night stand. It wasn't really like a one night stand, but she's sleeping with one of the interns. As they all do.
Okay, been there, done that.
See, this is another reason why I'm happy that we're getting a break. I mean, at first I was just like, I don't really want a break, but I get to catch up with Grey's Anatomy.
You get to catch up.
That's true.
That's true.
I get to catch up.
But what made this tweet so funny was that she walked into the hospital with the sunglasses on and a coat, just looking a hot mess, handing out like the information because they were doing a competition and she was judging the competition, but she had to hand out like the rules and all that stuff. And they were asking her these questions. She was posting on the bulletin board and she was like, everything that you need to know is in that like packet that I just gave you.
Yeah.
Right.
So
nice.
That was perfect.
Yeah, I thought that was such a good one. Even not knowing it was super duper funny. What's next? I can't remember.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, I love this one too because
look at Riri.
so this one says,
I see you you, Cyrus.
I see you, Cyrus. Very tricky because on Scandal, he was plotting to become the president.
was.
And he thought that Olivia Pope was going to go with him.
Well, so did I
and
for
I
a
did,
second.
I did too.
So did I.
Listen,
So
I
she got
wasn't
up to
going
that
to be,
podium.
and I wasn't going to be mad with going that direction in
I wasn't
storyline
either.
either.
Because that made a lot of sense.
So,
I was like, Cyrus, yeah, it makes sense.
And typical Cyrus, he always tries to stir the
it
pot.
really brought us back to like original Cyrus. And I was like, well, she
Yes.
going to be evil, she going to go there. But I'm glad we are seeing the return of like white hat Olivia Pope.
Yeah.
But it was perfect. People be finding the right
But where do they...
memes, the right gifts.
Why can't
like,
I do that?
and there needs to be. I keep
could
telling
never.
myself every week in my downtime to like just start searching and saving
All
so I
the
have them
gifs.
on cue
There you
to
go.
to just split them out. I know each week Sterling K. Brown, he is active on Twitter and he's like,
Yeah.
all right, it's go time. I got mine ready. I'm like, dang.
Like, let's go. Let's do this.
The next one I thought was super hilarious too about TGIT Hangover. Like we were saying, that big moment. Me when I saw Annalise and Olivia Pope out of it with murder. I was like, oh my God, falling out. Do you hear me?
No, my emoji would be like, oh, texting.
Literally,
Trying to text
you can't text because you just too...
I just
Right?
couldn't. It's all shaking.
You really can't live tweet or live text. So good. And then just a couple more. So this one as well gave us kind of like a button up of all three shows. April Kepner lost her faith in Grey's Anatomy. Olivia's friends are losing faith in her on Scandal. And Annalise has now lost faith in Isaac, who has also lost faith. I'll be in church on Sunday.
And I was
much.
in church on Sunday.
Okay, I was not, but I should
I
have been.
love how they did that.
Okay.
That was
and then
funny. This
last
one-
Was about that crossover.
hilarious. So it says, LOL. Next week is in March 1st. Shonda, what you doing? And when I read it, I'm like, yeah, Shonda, what you doing, girl? Like,
She's like, I need to speed it up.
because we're ready. TGIT.
Oh my gosh.
Let's
y'all.
get into it.
Oh
You
my
trying to play with my
gosh.
emotions?
I mean, listen, it's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
I have a feeling
It's
they're
a
going to be
huge
playing
deal.
with our emotions
Right.
a lot, like during the break, kind of like little by little.
She
Yeah,
got
I hope we do
3
get
or
to see a
4
few
other
more teasers.
previews that just went, oh, time to drop one.
Super duper excited about it. That was great. I can't wait. I mean, it is not sad, but like, you know, next week we won't have the shows, but that's fine.
It's okay. You got the Olympics, the Winter Olympics.
Listen, y'all know I'm here for the figure skating. We've talked about that, but that's another story for another day. Let's go ahead and play our new game. Who did that? Okay, in honor of Black History Month. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I didn't do
that.
it. I don't have the wheelhouse for it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so who came up with the questions?
I came up with the questions.
Look at Keith. Let
I
me
thought
just
it
go
was
ahead and give you
important.
another.
But wait, Keith, before you start, I would just like to say, didn't you win last week and the week before?
You know I did.
So you know.
I'm pretty sure it's just
Winners-
1 week.
Winner's circle.
You gotta get a prize. Now this one's specifically for Keith with all of his emojis he be sending through the text.
Oh my God.
gosh.
Yes, thank you. I'm so excited about that. I would just like to thank
Look.
everybody who. No, I'm super duper excited. Thank you so much. I can't wait to tell people that I'm winning games. But so I came up with the questions this week. You guys both have a fair chance to win. I wanted Tori to get some redemption because if you guys missed last week, you should go back and watch the episode. She gave us a little bit of a brat at the end. She didn't like losing.
At all.
Okay, first of all, nobody likes losing. Okay. And second of all, El Marie tried to slip a last minute question in there to let you win, which was, we ended in a tie. We ended in a tie. I don't know what they're talking about, but we ended
win,
in a
you
tie.
lose.
I
Okay.
don't even think she finished the question.
Because I knew it. Listen, it's like Jeopardy. You have to be on it if you're going to win the money.
All I'm saying is I want a new game.
Well, we're going to play this game. It is Black History Month, and we'll continue to play it. We'll go ahead and get started now. And you guys, I do want to let you know, I am doing, for Black History Month, I'm doing a play reading in the month. I'll let you know. Y'all, of course, Keith_Andre. I'll give you the details, all that.
I thought you were about to say you're about to bake those cookies that you have yet to bake.
Okay.
Just saying.
Anyways, you guys ready?
All right, and we're
Okay.
gonna write big, nice and big for you guys to see and join in.
Please
Okay.
join the live chat to help me out, obviously, because I'm the only one who has not won.
All right, so here we go. Question number 1. Multiple choice. So, do you guys remember Super Soakers, the water guns? Y'all?
No.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Okay,
yeah.
so
I was gonna say, I thought
the
it was
question
a movie.
is,
I was like,
who gave us this most famous water gun? Your choices are A, Lonnie G. Johnson, B, Madam C.J. Walker, or C, Otis Boykin. So who do you think came up with Super Soaker? Are you ready?
I'm not excited. Please.
I think I'm ready.
Let's see it. Okay, 1 and 1. Yes.
I'm gonna need you to lose.
All right, so Lonnie G.
Snap
Johnson.
for myself.
You can have it. So
I
the
would
man that gave us this, he wasn't even a toy maker. He actually was an aerospace engineer for NASA.
What?
There's your fun fact. Black History fact number 1 tonight.
Hey.
Okay.
Aerospace
Right.
engineering.
He said NASA could be fun too.
Won't even about making toys, but this is like his most famous aspect. I mean, it's a big deal, Super Soaker.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I remember using that when I was a kid.
Back in the day. All right, number 2. Every 2 seconds, someone in the U.S. needs blood. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what you guys know about blood banks. Who do you think is responsible for the major developments that led to blood banks? Is it A, George Washington Carver, B, Garrett Morgan, or C, Charles Drew? Scribble away, child.
I literally don't.
Are you ready?
No.
You ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see those letters, ladies. Okay, we got a B and we got one for C. And Lynneisha is correct. This one was C. So it was Charles Drew. He was a physician, a surgeon, and a medical researcher who worked with a team at Red Cross on groundbreaking discoveries and blood transfusions. He played a major role in developing the first large-scale blood banks and blood plasma programs during World War II.
That's really cool,
Hey now,
actually.
exactly.
Okay, look at us.
Black History fact number
Look
2.
at you finding your facts.
You know I'm all about it. And last but not least, so number 3. Oh, and let me just say, all of the names, all of these are Black inventors. So, you know, with each category, we always can go back and look back, but they all can be heralded as inventing something in these moments in history.
Absolutely.
We invented a lot. That's all I gotta say.
Absolutely.
So last question here. Let's talk about hairbrushes.
Ooh.
If I don't get this one.
This woman invented one that could be taken apart easily for cleaning. Who was she? A, Sarah Boone, B, Lyda D. Newman, and C, Bessie Blount Griffin.
I feel like there's 2 answers to that question.
Wait, do you do that? Can you do a trick?
No, there's only one.
Okay.
Can you give me A again?
A was Sarah Boone.
And who was C?
C was Bessie Blount Griffin. All right, let me see them letters now.
Did you write your letter?
No.
Write your letter.
Come on. The people are waiting.
I got mine.
Okay.
Okay.
C and A.
That was going to be my...
Well, you both were incorrect.
It's
This one is B. Lyda D. Newman.
I was about to
actually,
get C too. I was like, it's either A or C.
Nope, it was B. She actually created a hairbrush where you could take apart the back so that it was easy to clean it out.
Oh.
Fun fact, Black History number 3. Black excellence, y'all.
Dang.
Oh, I like
Do you
that.
have a bonus question?
I don't
No,
have
no,
a bonus
no,
question
let's not be
because
a sore loser.
one won't be necessary.
Okay,
Lynneisha got 2 and you got 1.
But everyone usually has the bonus question. The bonus question, like, kind of throws a little, like...
But then you would get 2
Not on my
in the
watch.
mix. So
You know what?
let's play
Not-
Lynneisha song. Lynneisha won. Lynneisha won.
Lynneisha did win. I'm excited. Elle Marie is going to have to, since this is her game, she's in charge of those prizes. I can't be over No, I'm going to think and I will find something for you. But I think that's a fun game. You know, it is Black History Month. We do want to find ways to show Black excellence, and we did it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So something to learn,
Show
something
our
new.
Black
If anything, we did
appreciation.
that.
Super excited. All right, well, guys, that's just about all the time that we've got this week.
Really?
I know.
That was such a good show, guys.
And you know what? Next week we'll be able to play probably both games because we don't have the shows are on break. So looking forward to that. We can't wait. You guys better meet us here next week. As always, you can follow me on social media at Keith_Andre.
And you can follow me at Twitter and Instagram at Tori_Broussard.
All right, you guys, you know where you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Lynneisha, spelled Lanisha 914.
You heard me. And don't forget El Marie at El Marie TV. She'll be back next week, and we will see you later.
Bye, y'all.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.